Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. Today's reading is going to be a message that came through that needed to be delivered to a group of you out there regarding something with your inner child. So either you are trying to connect with something that your inner child is, I'm going to say, struggling with maybe. There might even be something from your past with the inner child that needs to be worked on or seen and even applied love to. I don't know how many of you actually do like a past life regression sort of thing, but this is similar to that in that you're going back to your inner child and applying love on something. I'm thinking it of as some maybe traumatic instance that occurred in your childhood, and we're going back and we're just giving that child a hug, giving it love and saying, I'm here for you, you are protected, you are loved, and just helping them to get through something at this time. So if that sounds good to you, we're going to jump right in and we're going to see what the message is from your inner child. So whatever it is, we're here to find out. So thank you for joining me again. All right, let's start here with the wisdom of the House of Night Oracle. So we're just going to get a baseline and see what it is that wants to come out. I do also, before we begin, want to let you know that the number 6 came to me. The number 6 stands for balance, choice, and harmony. So what we're looking to do at this time is to integrate all of the aspects of ourselves. So if any of you feel fragmented, like there are maybe parts and pieces of you left somewhere, now is the time to go retrieve that and integrate it as a whole. So if that sounds good to you, let's jump right in. So Spirit, what do we have to go with that message for the collective today? Okay. We have forbidden. All right, we will read on this. So maybe there was something in your childhood that you weren't allowed to see or know or do or even say. Maybe it was your voice that was forbidden. And okay, so for some of you, there was a place that was forbidden. Maybe a room of the house. It's taken me to Beauty and the Beast. Like, don't go to the West Wing. It's forbidden. So there's some place that as a kid you felt you couldn't go. But again, it could also pertain to the other senses. You weren't allowed to see it. You weren't allowed to speak it. Something was forbidden in your childhood that you are now looking at and seeing why maybe it was forbidden. All right, the word magic just came to me. So perhaps there was something within that space of whatever was forbidden that contained something magical that you weren't supposed to know about yet, and now it is being revealed to you. All right, interesting place to start. Let's keep going. And we got playful. Oh, I love this. So this is number 44. If some of you felt like you had to grow up too fast, I'm getting oldest child. Maybe you had to become the caretaker for your younger siblings. If you're an only child, maybe again, you just didn't get that opportunity to play with siblings. So something's being brought to your attention right now that's asking you to be in more of that playful state. All right. So why so serious? Try to embrace life in a playful manner and not feel that everything has to be so serious all the time. All right, let's get one more, please. Okay, 2 more wanted to come out, and that's okay. We got self-worth and complicated. All right, so for some of you, and again, we got another master number out, 44 and 11. For some of you, self-worth was a big thing growing up. Maybe you did have low self-esteem. Maybe you didn't have a good example of what having high self-esteem meant, right? Maybe your parents or your siblings or your cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, whatever it is, didn't have a high self-value. So maybe they chose to do things in their life that was kind of not a good example of how you should be doing things. Now, we also got complicated. So maybe that's why there was something that was forbidden. Again, I'm getting that whatever this was that was hidden from you may have been too complicated for your child self to understand, and they wanted you to be in more of a playful sense. So if that's not you, that's okay. We're going to dig a little deeper on these, and it's interesting that we got 4 that wanted to come out instead of 3. But I'm also getting that some of you are resisting this playfulness because you feel that there's too much complication in your life, and self-worth is likely playing a part in that. But again, we're going to dive a little deeper on this because I want to see where this is going. All right, let's jump into the tarot. So, Spirit, tell me about this forbidden aspect. Okay, thank you. We got the 3 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Moon. All right, forbidden and hidden. Yes. So, Page of Pentacles is a childlike energy, okay? It's doing your studies. This little kid here, he's going to school. It looks like he's a paper boy. I'm sorry. He's a paper boy. I thought that was a backpack. But I was associated as learning something. So you're going to school, you are learning something new. You're okay with being new at something, all right? The 3 of Wands is about you choosing something and moving forward with it. I chose this path and now I'm going to go. And again, forbidden now is coming up different things for me. Let's just say religious, because I want to go there. If, for whatever reason, you were brought up in a particular religion and you wanted to study other religions just to kind of see what else was out there, maybe that in your family was forbidden, okay? And again, certain aspects of other things out there were hidden from you because you were meant to overcome those challenges as a child. And it's very interesting that this all falls together, because now that I'm looking at this and it is a paperboy and that mailbox has spider webs and it's barren, let's say, what I'm getting, and this is such like a different way to explain this card, but we have to roll with the images that are here. You as this child were told what mailboxes not to go to, right? What am I allowed to seek answers to, and what am I not allowed to seek answers to? So for me, I'm going to just throw this out as an example because this is my personal experience. I was raised in the Christian world, and I went to church, and I was baptized and confirmed there. And I had so many questions as a child, so many questions. But I felt like all the questions that I asked, I only got like a surface level answer to. And it didn't necessarily feel that I felt fulfilled in what I was doing, in what information I was receiving. And I didn't understand fully what everything as a whole meant. And again, potentially that could have been why some of these aspects were hidden from us, right? But what I'm seeing here is that you've chosen this path to want to go back now and to learn more about some of that stuff that, again, maybe your family hid from you. Maybe society in general didn't want you to learn the esoteric knowledge, right? So whatever that means to you, go for it. It looks like you've already made the choice to go, okay? And it's a dark period because there are still things that are hidden, but I'm seeing that in the darkness, you're finding so many of this new knowledge that was previously not available to you. Or that, again, maybe it was looked down upon in your family, in society, in whatever realm you were in. All right. Let's go to the next pile. I want to look at playful. And actually, no, I take that back. Let's read about this forbidden, just because I want to know a little bit more about that. So it says, I am sending you this warning. You are about to enter into a situation that will not be easy and could cause you or others pain. Not all doorways are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Not all love is expressed, and not all desires are realized. Right now, I am saying no to you. The symbol for forbidden also reminds you that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of my ways of protecting you. I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. It is for the best. Even if you don't believe it right now, this is a symbol to move on and choose another path. Okay, so I know that context was in the present wording, but this pile is in the past position. So again, hidden things you're being said no to. Maybe there's more learning to do. Maybe there's more exploring to do before you can open this door. So for any of you who feels like I'm ready to open this forbidden door that's been, hidden away from me and been forbidden my entire life, now I have done more work and I have more knowledge and I can access this information. Just be aware that whatever you find, trust it, follow your heart through it, and acknowledge that sometimes information is hidden from you for a reason. Okay, maybe again, it would have hurt your heart too much as a child to hear. And now you're finding it out and you're like, okay, now I'm better equipped to handle this information. But as a child, maybe I couldn't. I'm going to throw out an example. I don't know why I went to Family Pet. Did I see an animal in any of these? No, I didn't. Oh, the cat. Okay. I was like, I saw a pet somewhere. Maybe as a kid, an animal disappeared from your life. And this just happened in another conversation that I had where someone as a kid vaguely remembered having a pet, but they don't know what happened to that pet. Okay? So this would have been the forbidden, hidden knowledge. Maybe now they're like, hey, remember that cat we had growing up? Whatever happened to that cat? And now like the truth might come out. Maybe it would have been too painful for you as a kid to know that it got run over by a car or that it ran away from home. Whatever the situation was. It's going to be something to that effect where the no was given to you when you were younger because you weren't equipped to handle it. Okay? And maybe it was for your highest good at that time, right? Now that you are, again, more advanced, your soul has evolved and you are better equipped for it, now something is coming out where you are able to look at it, feel it, discuss it, acknowledge it. All right, let's go over to this playful. So it says, life is not always so serious, which is funny because I said, why so serious? Choosing this symbol means it's time to lighten up and be playful. No matter what you're asking about, this is the time to have a sense of humor. Smile and go do something fun. Life has a way of answering all questions when you're not looking. Wouldn't it be better if you were enjoying your life rather than just sitting around waiting for what you want to happen? Don't take yourself so seriously. It is time to lighten up and be playful. Know that when this symbol appears, the fun is about to start. I love that. So again, this whole reading is about your inner child and something from that time of your life that you're either looking at or going back to. So it's taking me to a movie, which is Under the Tuscan Sun. There's a wise old lady that lives in Tuscany that tells the main character, I think it's Diane Lane, that when I was looking for the ladybugs in the field, I could never find any. And I would get so tired of looking for these ladybugs that I would fall asleep. And guess what? When I woke up, I was covered in ladybugs. So there is something in your life that maybe you are working too hard towards. And again, being too serious about it and not incorporating this fun. But your life happens in the now moments, right? Forever is composed of nows. That's Emily Dickinson. And what that means is you are not getting hung up on past things or future things. You are living now. And if that means going out and rolling down the hill or getting dizzy in a tire swing like you did when you were a kid, then so be it. I don't know if your body can handle that anymore. I know mine can't, but I used to love doing that as a kid. So there was something that you did as a kid that brought you joy and was very playful. Maybe it's playing tag, running around. Some of you are even getting in touch with children in general at this time. So if you don't have kids, maybe it is your own kids, maybe it's other people's kids, or just any kids, right? You're running around with them, you're getting down on the floor with them, you're playing with them. There's something that's bringing this playful energy out in you, and I'm guessing that it's other kids. They're like reminding you of what it felt like to be unencumbered by something and to just be a kid and be playful. All right, let's get the tarot. What do we have for this playful energy? The Seven of Swords. Ooh, okay. The first, these came out in reverse. Let's see. All right, yep. I knew exactly where that went, and then suddenly it went deeper into that realm. So we have Four of Swords and Justice in reverse. The first thing that came out with this Seven of Swords was that likely there was a reason you weren't able to be playful as a kid. And I heard that like your childhood was stolen from you. Okay? It's taken me in the feels because it happened to a lot of us. Again, oldest child, you're forced to watch out for your siblings. You're forced to learn responsibility faster than anyone else. For me, I definitely felt that. I was the oldest. And my mom would ask me to start dinner before she got home. And I'm like, I'm a kid. Why am I starting dinner? That is what it is, right? So, being that something was definitely unfair for you, it didn't give you a chance to heal from a lot of things. And I'm also getting that this stolen childhood was bestowed upon you by an unhealed person. Okay? So unfortunately that happens. That's that saying, hurt people, right? Likely this person who did this to you was forced to do it themselves as a child. Okay? So they were just doing what they know and doing it to you. All right? Doesn't make it right. It absolutely doesn't make it right. But now, as an adult, we're learning again, and I say again, but maybe for the first time for some of you, what it feels like to be that wonder-filled child. What does it look like to do this? What does it feel like to do this? Do I even know? Well, I'm going to find out, okay? So that's where some of us are tapping into that inner child energy and finding out, have I ever swung on a swing? Do I know what that exhilaration feels like, that propulsion? Do I know what it feels like to be supported by a family? Do I know what it feels like to receive unconditional love? Some of us weren't raised that way, okay? And what we can acknowledge during this process is that the unhealed person who did us dirty, okay, is going to get their justice in the situation, but so are you. It's the good karma that comes out of this because it was unfair to you to have your childhood stolen away from you. You're now learning what it is like to be a child again. And again, maybe it is through the miracle of bearing children yourself and teaching them what that feels like. I'm going to allow this kid to be a kid because I don't want to put that pressure on them to make them feel that they need to be an adult when they're 6, And again, there's that number 6 again. So the number 6 is very meaningful because, again, it is balance. It is reciprocity. All right, let's jump over to this next pile. But before I do want to throw that the bottom of the deck was the Two of Cups. So there is some partnership occurring here, whether it is your internal masculine and feminine kind of joining together. All right. Maybe it is your adult self and your inner child self being like, yep, we're going to work together. We're going to balance this out. We're going to move forward. but it could also be a soulmate relationship coming in. Okay. So however that resonates for you. All right. So this is number 11. And it says, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Drawing this symbol reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in the moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex. The only time will help you put all the pieces to the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring, and complications can make for deeper, more mature experiences. Don't try to figure this all out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious web. I love that. Okay? Because again, we don't know all the answers. Maybe some of you are so hung up in this situation that you're holding on to anger and resentment or just rage, you know? But this is something that we're being asked to release. Think of this as a coal, right? It's burning inside of you. You can choose to let it burn inside of you, or you can choose to release it, because all it's doing is hurting you. In most cases, the other person did not do this on purpose. I'm not going to say that's in all cases. Hopefully not. But in some situations, things happen to us, and it is definitely unfair, and we acknowledge that, and you acknowledge that, collective. But also, it is our responsibility to heal from it, okay? So whereas this person may not have been in a healed state, it is absolutely your responsibility to heal from it and to choose to not repeat the patterns, okay? All right, let's jump into this pile here. Tell me about this complicated. What is complicated? Okay, thank you. We have the Sun, the Queen of Wands, and the Magician. All right, alchemy is what's complicated. Alchemy is what's complicated. It can be complicated to take your past pains and to create something beautiful from them, right? That's why this scientist, I assume here, has a hacksaw and some test tubes and a human foot and a cauldron, right? Maybe we're integrating all these things that we learned from the past and putting them together with the things that we are still learning and know now. So he's got the little doctor's thing on his head. So there's a lot of things that are out there right now with science. And so many people want to say that, well, if science can't prove it, it doesn't exist. And that's like, throw that out the window, okay? You know within your heart what's real because you feel it. You also know what you can alchemize yourself, okay? This is you. This is you taking the tools of the things that you've learned from your past and saying, I'm going to make something better out of it. We have the Queen of Wands and the Sun. This is beautiful energy. This is fire energy, in particular, Leo energy. Sun is masculine. Queen is feminine. So again, maybe some of us are looking out to the future and seeing this bright future on the horizon. And we're integrating what we've learned with confidence, with courage. Okay? Courage and confidence go hand in hand, but they're not the same. It can be tough to find both and to integrate them together. All right? And again, that's what this alchemy is saying to me. We're finding what it is we want to do with our lives. Now, this is a nurse. So now we have a nurse and a doctor. And then this Sun with the helicopter. So however many of you are working on yourself and integrating the things from your childhood and your adulthood with the things that are seen versus unseen, the light and the dark, the masculine, the feminine, all right? The shadow self, the light being self. There is so much that you have figured out within yourself that so many of society are still asleep to, Okay? They haven't yet learned how to do this. And again, maybe they're in this energy here where they're still in this unhealed state and they're going around making things unfair and stealing energy from people. It is your choice, though, not to allow that, right? You get to stand tall. You get to shine bright like the sun and say, that is not for me. You're healing your family lineage by standing up and opposing this energy. I want to be playful because that's where life is. When you enjoy doing what you're doing, people can't touch that because you shine so brightly in this energy. And again, this stems from a place of fear. Okay? I need to steal what's out there because I feel like I can't create it for myself. So I feel, collective, this is what you're moving away from. Okay? You're getting your justice come back to you. All right, we're going to jump into this next pile. I just saw 444. This is number 32, and it is self-worth. So again, I do very much feel that whatever was going on here in this pile came from a lack of self-worth. And so Queen of Wands is all about her confidence and her worth, right? She knows her worth. And I say she, doesn't have to be a feminine energy, but that's just what the card portrays. So many of you are now looking at this energy like, I am more worthy than to receive this kind of energy, and I don't deserve it, okay? What I deserve is this beautiful energy. All right. You are asked to consider, what value do you place on yourself in your life? Do you believe in yourself, or do you behave in a way that tells others that you are not worthy? All my children act with self-respect, no matter the circumstances that they come from. Self-worth and self-esteem mean that you will not allow yourself to be led into compromising situations. Love yourself, for I, Nyx, love you dearly and want the best for you. Act as though you are worthy of only the best, and you shall have it. Keep your head high. I love that. Keep your head high. All right? So some of these people live in guilt and shame. And they've been taught that. Maybe it was from their religion that they must feel guilty for everything or feel shameful for everything. All right? We're breaking that. We're alchemizing that pain from the past into this beautiful energy, and we're finding our self-worth, and we're finding what it is that we feel is valuable to us, but also that our value is immaculate, and that some of these people who did us dirty in the past, intentionally or unintentionally, may not deserve to be in our energy anymore. And again, maybe as a child you didn't have a choice. Maybe you had a narcissistic parent that did not see you as a valuable human being. But now that you've healed from this, you know your worth, and you will accept nothing less. And collective, that's beautiful. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say for this pile, this self-worth. Tell me about this self-worth for the collective, please. All right, we have the Three of Cups. Love that. That's about celebrating something. The Two of Swords. And the Empress. I love the Empress. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Tower. We're going to discuss this. Now, this pile is beautiful to me because the Two of Swords can have multiple meanings, okay? The Three of Cups is about celebrating your milestones. Whatever your milestones are, celebrate them. If you've healed from some disastrous situation in your past, have you ever once thrown a party for yourself and been like, I did the thing. I did the thing that the past generations were not able to do. I broke the cycle for us. My family line will not see any more of this because I'm choosing against it. If you're not celebrating your milestones, you need to start, okay? That's part of this being playful. And again, we're going to get into the inner child aspect of this. But the Two of Swords, I'm looking at this, and this has got people hanging off of them, right? You got the blindfold on with the chainsaw and the gun. It's giving me Evil Dead. I know this is a zombie deck, but Bruce Campbell, anyone? All right. So you're saying, I don't care what it is that you feel that you have to offer me or not. You just want to be in my energy and take it. That ain't for me. So again, using the chainsaw, there's a little swoop motion here, chopping the head off. And this one's still hanging on too, onto the pants. Here's the thing. You have a choice. Do you want to be stuck in this energy? Because you absolutely can do that. Nobody's telling you not to. But just know that you're going to keep repeating that cycle over and over again. But you also have the choice to celebrate your wins, even if nobody else is there celebrating with you. And you get to say who's in your life and who deserves your energy. And what that's doing for you is that's turning you into this Empress. And what I love about this deck is that in the Emperor and Empress cards, there is a child there with them. So this is you hugging your inner child and saying, I got you. We got this. We're going to get through this. And even though maybe the past was not easy, we're going to do this together. And guess what that's doing? That is breaking down barriers and unsolid foundations that were built for you. But it's a good thing. The tower that's crumbling is the shaky stuff that was built before you got there. And you're looking at it going, yeah, well, it's reminding me of the Three Pigs and the wolf. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. We're blowing down the sticks and the straw, and we're building a brick house because it's more solid and it will withstand these little huffs and puffs, right, that the wolf comes and does. So for you, collective, you're deciding not to continue these cycles because you don't want to. It's not for you. You found your self-worth. You decided to alchemize the situation and build a more solid foundation for you and the future generations. Good for you. And guess what? I'm going to applaud you. Are you celebrating your successes and your wins as they happen? This comes from a self-worth and an ability to receive. When you think about how many times you've celebrated your success, what are you celebrating? Are you celebrating a wedding? Are you celebrating a job, a new car, a new house? Are these things worth celebrating? How about when you let go of that terrible relationship that was abusive? How about when you moved out of that bad neighborhood because you were just kind of tired of being confronted by somebody every time you walked the street? How about getting out of abusive situations? It could be friendships. It could even be your own parents. How many times have you celebrated being able to overcome something that was hard to deal with? You came out stronger in the end, didn't you? It's time to go hug your inner child and say, I am your knight in shining armor and we're going to do this together. I got you. Anytime that I'm not going to say struggle, but sometimes the fear can kick in when you're about to do something big and you need to muster up that courage and that strength to go. I like to hear those words, I got you. Because it tells me that I am supported, that I'm loved, and that it's going to be okay. So whether it's you hugging your damn self, saying, I got this, I got you, or you're asking from a spiritual hug, sometimes it's nice to have that unconditional love hug. Whatever it is that you need to do to progress from this situation, all I know is that collective, we are all damn strong. And we are so because we chose not to repeat some of the stuff that was dumped on us. And far too young, unfortunately. All right. Let's get into the next deck. This is the Green Witch's Oracle deck. And so this is about growth. So what I want to ask now is about the growth that's occurring from these situations, because we overcame so much. And I just want to say, collective, I'm proud of you. I really am. Your ancestors are proud of you. Your spirit team is proud of you. All right, we have Broom, energy clearing and freshening. So how many of you feel that you are better equipped now to recognize energy and when it's not good for you and when it is good for you and when it needs clearing? This is something that we are focusing on now, okay? So trust when something feels off. You get that fight or flight sense of urgency that comes through your solar plexus chakra. That's like your warning system going off, okay? So if you're in the presence of some energy like this, know that you need to protect yourself, and if you need to, clear your energy afterwards, especially, okay? Especially if one of these people comes into your home is specifically what I'm getting, okay? So whatever rituals you're using right now to clear your energy, it's working, and keep doing it. All right, we also got Summer, expansion and growth. So we have sunflowers, we have a bee. So something pertaining to the summer months here, which are coming up, where I'm located. We're actually about to enter spring, so summer would be the next season after that. So there's something that is alluring us to the sun energy, okay? And wanting to be outside again. All right, so how many of you have kind of been secluding yourselves a little bit and feeling like a hermit? Like, I don't want to go outside. Maybe you get allergies, you know, maybe there's something out there that it's too peoply out there is what I'm hearing. But something is calling you to go outside now and to shine your new energy that, again, people haven't seen from you before. You glow different now is what I'm hearing. All right, and we also have harvest, determination and hard work. So this is fall energy. So something that you have put your energy into is now or soon will be ready for harvest, and that is because of the hard work and determination, the expansion and growth that you put into it. Bottom of the deck is autumn, which again, pretty mimicky there. So now we have bounty and balance. Balance, there it is, number 6 again. So the number 6 is prominent in this reading. It came up prior to and many times during, okay? So think about what it is that you are putting your energy into. And not only that, but think about how your energy is being applied to many things. Who is allowed in your energy? Why are they allowed in your energy? Are you clearing your energy between interactions, especially with these types of people? Okay, if we must interact with these people, make sure that you are protecting yourself. All right, your spirit team, your ancestors, they're already helping you with that and protecting and trying to keep these individuals away from you. Even putting the blindfold over your eye. Like one of the things that I just read recently is if people fall out of your life, it's for a reason. The reason they're falling out of your life is because your vibrations don't match anymore. Maybe there was a point in your life when you matched this vibration. Okay? Again, I'm getting because you didn't know any better. And that's okay. Forgive yourself for that. Forgive them for that. Move on. You've alchemized the situation now and you are in a better position. Now you're ready to move forward and to keep going with this energy clearing. All right, let's get over to the inner child deck. Let's see what else we can pull from this reading. Give me a message from our inner child that needs addressing at this time, please. Thank you. Go inward. It is time to connect with your inner child. Okay. I laugh because I feel like that's a doy. All right. Your inner child wants you to go inward and connect. So whatever that means to you. If there was some terrible situation that happened in the past, one of the ways that I have gone through and connected with my inner child is to go back as your adult self, visualize that scenario, see it for exactly what it is, right? Put yourself in the place, the time, with all the people that were in the room at the time. And however many times you have to do this, because again, there's likely more than one instance. And save your inner child from that situation. Give them a hug, right? Kneel down and say, I got you. We got this. You don't have to be afraid anymore. It's okay. I'm your knight in shining armor. All right, let's keep going. Whew. I know that's going to be very emotional for some of you, for nearly all of you, I guarantee it, but it's okay, because once we do that, you're integrating your inner child to yourself, and it feels amazing, right? And every time that you have fear of moving forward, I always go, okay, who's digging their heels in? It might be my teenager self. It might be my 6-year-old self. I don't know. But I've got to go talk and go inward with that inner child and find out what it is that's preventing me from moving forward. What is the fear that's attached to this? Why is this happening? All right, and you're doing it from a place of compassion, right? All right. You do not have to go it alone. Reach out for support at this time. So when it says support can come from anywhere. I want to say that your first place you should be going for support is spirit, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your archangels, your ascended masters. There's more. Gods, goddesses, spirit animals, your higher self. There's angelic support. There's a lot of it, okay? So when you feel like this, here, look at this ship in the mist here by itself, you feel that way, but in reality, you're not alone, okay? And I know I've used this symbology before, but there's an old saying about somebody who is lost out there in the sea with no way to get back to shore, and they're praying for help. And another guy with a boat comes up and says, hey, you need help to the shore? And he says, nope, I prayed to God. God's going to come save me. So the guy with the boat leaves. Another person comes along. Hey, do you need help? The guy's like, nope, I am waiting for God. I prayed for help. And all this help is being offered to you, but you're not acknowledging it. So you're like, nope, I want a different kind of help. Or you're asking for a sign and you're like, I want a signier sign. So pay attention to how the help is arriving, because you might be praying for this little specific kind of help, but so many other things are being sent to you and you're pushing it away because it's not the kind of help you expected. Okay, so be aware of that too. All right, and we also have find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. Okay, how many of you had like a tree fort or a clubhouse or a place in the forest or something like that that you would go to just kind of, again, be a kid? There was a forest that I was going to say it lived behind my house. I guess it did. The trees are alive. It lived behind my house when I lived in one of the houses when I was a kid. So many of the people that lived near me were like, it's bad in there. Don't go in there. It's scary. Monsters live in there and who knows what else lives in there. But me as a kid had that childlike wonder and was not even afraid of that for whatever reason. I was like, I'm going to go in this forest and I want to see what I find. Never once encountered anything terrible. Found some weird stuff, like someone abandoned their washer and dryer and a mattress and whatever else. Never once found anything bad in there. But that's kind of the whole point of this, is that people are going to try to sway you out of something that you know deep within you is something that you love or need or want to do. And it's up to you to decide for yourself who gets your energy and who doesn't. I always say your energy is your currency. Think of that as money, right? There's going to be people that are going to say it can't pay the bills. Well, guess what? It can. How can you put your energy into something to make it pay for the bills? Because it is absolutely a possibility. Bottom of the deck. It is okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on truth. There we go. I literally just said that about the forest story. There's going to be people that are going to show up and try to talk you out of something. Try to tell you that you're not worthy. But you know that you are. Again, these celebrations that you're having in your life, do it alone if you have to. Even if nobody is on your side and you feel alone, you are not alone. Okay? What you're looking for is your soul tribe. And these are the people that want to celebrate with you because they see your progress and they're happy for your progress. They don't want to hold you back and steal your energy. All right? Okay. So I am just going to close this out with some spirit messages. Go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety, acknowledge any old wounds, and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength. Keep moving forward with the renewed sense of confidence. I love that. That ties everything up. Move forward. Okay, you've alchemized the situation. You now have the confidence. You're the sun in the sky. Find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, find your triggers, and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. I love it. So again, this is coming from your lineage. I'm very specifically drawn to your lineage. Where, again, maybe you were raised by somebody who did not do that work themselves, and now you're choosing to be that broken chain. You're like, this chain could keep going in circles forever and ever. I'm going to break this link because I don't want it to continue. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. There it is. So that's that self-worth that's coming out. And again, I mentioned the people hanging on your energy here. It is your choice to cut them out and to set boundaries or to keep allowing it to happen. But remember the cycle breaker. You need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. You are not in competition with anyone else. Plan to outdo your past, not other people. Yep. So again, that's the celebrations of your milestones. Are you better than you were last year? If the answer is yes, throw a party for yourself. You don't have to invite anybody. In fact, you don't have to throw a party. Do whatever you do to celebrate. You want to go out for ice cream? Sure, I deserve that. I earned that. What areas of your life are you avoiding? Are they causing you upset, worry, disrupted sleep? If so, these are the areas that you need to focus on. As much as you don't want to, it is necessary. Tackle your demons head on and don't allow them to rule you for a second longer. All right. In my last reading, I did do, it was a reading that had the devil card in it and shadow work. And so one of the questions that I presented in that reading was temptations. So what is it in your life that is tempting you to either not set boundaries or to allow these people to linger in your energy or steal your energy? What is it about them that you still connect with? Okay? There is something in your energy that is still in that energy in some way. All right? If you're easily able to just cut off communication, set a boundary, and say that's it, then you've no longer resonated with that energy and you've moved on and you've raised your vibration because of it. Now, if you haven't healed from it and you do cut someone out, it might show up as a different person again. All right, so just keep that in mind. Bottom of the deck, accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes it easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready. You hear that? Be ready. So part of this blindfold is acknowledging the signs. Okay? You're not alone. You absolutely are not alone. So do whatever you need to do to connect with your inner child, because your inner child wants you to connect. Even if you've already done healing, sometimes healing happens in layers, and it may require us to go back again and again and again. And sometimes there are things that we either forget or push off, shove down and leave behind, and it can be hidden from us, and it might come up. That's okay. Acknowledge those feelings. Feel the feelings that you couldn't as a child because, again, maybe you were ill-equipped, and then let them pass. It's not your responsibility to hold those burdens on forever. In fact, the only things that you should be taking with you are the lessons, right? That's what this card says. So take the lessons only, not the burdens. Let those go. And make sure you forgive. Forgive whoever did whatever to you, and forgive yourself for not knowing any better. Maybe we stayed too long in some situation. Maybe it was a job, a relationship, a friendship. Friends can be toxic too. I don't understand why some people have some friends. Sometimes we do it to fill a void, but the void is not external to you, it's internal to you. So that's why we're being called to go talk to our inner child. Hey, what's up, 6-year-old me? What do you need? I got you. We got this. All right. Thank you, Collective, so much for joining me in this reading today. It's been truly delightful. I appreciate all your time and energy exchange. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. If not, that's okay. I do put out multiple readings, and not all of them are for everyone. They are timeless, so whenever they reach you is when they're meant to reach you. Make sure you're filling your own cup up with love, and do that before you fill someone else's. Go within so you never go without, and keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light, here to help guide you through the darkness. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and love. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.